Today we're inside a 2017 Toyota Prius Prime taking a look at the latest Toyota infotainment and navigation system. It is this very large portrait style system that's very similar to what we see in the Volvo S90, XC90, and of course the Tesla Model S and Model X. For this particular test, I have an iPhone 7 Plus connected to the system. This should give you an idea of just how big that screen is. The system encompasses all of your infotainment, navigation, and climate control functions. There are a few touch buttons in the system. We have temperature up, down over here on the left, buttons for the defogger and defroster, and then over on the right side, we have volume up, down, and an audio on-off control. We also have home and the menu button. Menu button pops up the menu right there on the screen. The home button takes us back to either the map interface or the screen right here where you see charge schedule, energy, past record, etc. As you can see, the majority of the screen can be used by the map, and the map is basically the same as we see in the other Toyota products. The icons are very similar, the overall look of the map is quite similar, and the way that it behaves is the same as well. You can drag the map to move it around, and you can also pinch to zoom if you're a little bit more comfortable with that motion. We can click on the N right here to have a 3D view or a 2D view, or we can click the Options button and get various different map modes. Like the rest of the Toyota family, we have a dual map mode or a compass mode, but instead of really putting the map side to side or up and down, we have this small map right over here on this side, and then we have the larger map everywhere else. The only thing I found slightly unintuitive is that if you're wandering off in the map somewhere, you have to press the Home button to return. Once we've pressed the Home button, you'll notice we have a few other options down here. We have the App Suite, Destination, and then of course some information about our hybrid system. We'll click the Info button right here in the center first. This is where you can see your energy. This is the pretty typical hybrid layout where we have the battery, electric motors, engine, climate control, etc. We have a few different orientations, sort of at that 45-degree angle, 90-degree angle, up and down, etc. Hit this little button right here and get more information on our battery. It shows the overall charge in a sort of a graphical format, the EV portion of the battery. This is all one battery, but the lower section is reserved for hybrid operation, the upper section for EV operation. Click over to engine, and we can see that the engine is stopped right now. That's its current status. If I were to hit the EV hybrid button and actually put this into charge mode, the engine will start and it will show that we're now in hybrid mode. Click over to the climate and it'll tell us how much power the climate control system is using. If you'd like to see this screen and the map at the same time, we can do that by hitting this little button right here, and it minimizes that towards the bottom of the screen, allowing us to see the map on the upper portion of the screen. The back button takes us to the previous screen. We have past record, traffic information, weather, scheduling of a charge, etc. You can actually tell the car when you want it to charge, different days of the week, etc. You can make it charge at the cheapest electricity rate for your particular location. If we hit the back button again, it'll take us right back to this main menu. You'll notice that we have some direct access buttons to the scheduled charge, past record, and that energy screen. That's exactly where we were right before. It's just a little bit quicker of a way to get there. The app suite is where you'll find the regular suite of N2 apps that we've seen in Toyotas before, things like Pandora, Stitcher, streaming radio, movie tickets, and other reservations, that sort of thing right inside that suite. If you want to enter a destination in the system, we click this option right over here, and we find an interface that's very similar to Toyota and Lexus's other products. Address, point of interest, previous destinations, etc. There are, of course, full voice commands as well. We also have some presets for preset locations. Continuing down towards the bottom of the screen, we have a climate control pop-up. This is exactly what you'd expect. We have an auto mode right over here. We can turn on the front passenger focus only, and that helps improve the efficiency of the system overall. Or you can manually adjust things like your fan speed, where the air is coming out, etc. You can also turn on and off the eco mode. On the other side of that, we have the audio source. The audio is turned off right now, but I can go ahead and turn it on. We have a Bluetooth device paired with the system right now, and you can see we get album art over Bluetooth. We also have the ability to browse our Bluetooth playlist, which is a little bit unique to the Toyota systems. Not everybody's Bluetooth interface allows you to do this. You'll notice that we now have the ability to scroll through these lists. If you want to change the input, we simply click the source button right here, and we can move on over to our USB connection, where I have exactly the same iPhone connected to the system. The vehicle that we're in right now has XM satellite radio, so we have that particular input right there, and you can see that we do have high resolution art here as well. Clicking the back button on this particular screen will actually close that, minimizes it down there towards the bottom of the screen, where we always get current track information right down there, just like we always see the basic details of the climate control system over here on the left. The basic operation of this infotainment system is fairly intuitive. I really like the way that they have kept a small amount of information right down here on the bottom of the screen, regardless of what else you're doing with the system. So if we're off in the info screen, for instance, you're taking a look at the energy here, either on the small screen or on the large screen, we still get climate control and infotainment information right across the bottom. It shows you your current source and a little bit of detailed information about it. I also like the way that you can collapse some of these screens down here and keep it in this particular window. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that at this time the system does not support Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and I think that is a serious omission in this particular system. It would be nice if they allowed you to have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay in a small screen right here and still have the factory navigation just above it, like we do see in the latest Volvo products. Be sure and let me know what you think about this infotainment system down there in the comments section down below, and let us all hope that this system makes its way into other Toyota products very soon. Thanks for taking the time to check out this video. Again, I'm Alex Dykes. This has been the infotainment system in the all-new 2017 Toyota Prius Prime. Be sure and check out that video on my channel as well, and I'll see you next week.